turn it on now. Huh?
Thank you.
Trying to help.
All right, yeah. Good evening. We're going to start the February 6th meeting. We'll have the invocation by Commissioner Hart, then Pledge of Allegiance by Brad Lomneck. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the abundant grace and mercy you've shown towards us to bless us to come together to conduct the city's business. Lord, we pray that you help us to come together in the spirit of unity. Even though we may disagree, help us to never disrespect and appreciate each other's opinion. And we thank you for our brave first responders who put their lives on the line to keep us safe each and every day. Remember our brothers and sisters in the armed forces. Keep them safe and keep their families knowing that they are under your care. So careful to give you the praise, the honor, and the glory you do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Wilson?
Here.
Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Firstner?
Here.
Commissioner Hart?
Here.
Okay, we have a proclamation tonight. I'm going to read it off. It's for Black History Month. Is anybody here? I'll give it to Mr. Moyer. Who else? Who?
Several commissioners.
Well,
Oh, great.
we can have them come up front when I get through reading and we'll give it to you. Get a picture. All right, whereas Black History Month is celebrated annually in February across the United States, it serves as a celebration of African American achievements and the crucial role they had in U.S. history, as well as time to recognize the severe adversity generations of Black Americans had to overcome to achieve legitimate citizenship in our society. And whereas in 1926, Dr. Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History sponsored a National Negro History Week, choosing the second week of February to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass by the late 1960s. The week-long celebration evolved into Black History Month, calling our attention to the continued need to bottle racism and build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals. Whereas the city of Ocoee continues to work towards becoming an inclusive community in which all residents are respected and recognized for their contributions and potential contributions to our community. And whereas the city of Ocoee established the Human Relations Diversity Board comprised of residents who volunteer to bring culture awareness throughout our community. Since its inception 19 years ago, the HRDB has worked to promote understanding, respect, goodwill, and equality amongst all citizens and businesses of the city of Ocoee. And whereas the city of Ocoee is proud to host its 19th annual Black History Month essay contest. The essay contest is open to 5th grade students attending Ocoee schools. The winners will receive prizes and be recognized at an Ocoee City Commission meeting. And whereas residents can tune in to Ocoee TV channel 493 during the month of February to watch programs that highlight significant people and events from African American history. Citizens may also visit City Hall to see a Black History Month display with biographical portraits of notable African Americans. Now therefore be it resolved, the City Commission of the City of Ocoee does hereby declare the month of February 2024 as Black History Month. The city shall celebrate the vibrant culture and achievements that African Americans have contributed to our country. This month and throughout the year, we urge our residents to celebrate that heritage and continue to fight for equality and opportunity for all. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Ocoee, Florida, to be affixed this 6th day of February 2024. Rusty Johnson, Mayor. If the board will come up, Mr. Moyer, I'll hand you this and y'all can get a picture. Anybody else on the board, the diversity board here?
Or it was total.
That's what I'm saying. Come up front. Y'all, everybody else, can you, commissioners stand up in the middle and the back?
Okay. Okay, deal. I did not dress for pictures. Want they slide over?
Let's slide over.
Maybe slide down.
Center there. There you
We're
go.
gonna center you, Mr. Maxwell.
Keep going over.
3 more feet to your left,
Mr.
Mr. Moyer.
Moyer. Slide down. To the left. Should we say?
Left.
Oh, that's right.
They should know that, right?
Yes, they should know that.
I will take a couple of them. All right, stand by.
Just in case.
Just in case. Trust
That's right,
trust
the
and verify.
I'll send it to Joyce. Anyone want on their phones? Yes. One more, one smile, and 3, 2, 1. It's not a selfie mode. That wasn't an option when I stood up here. You want vertical as a matter?
Horizontal would be great.
3, 2, 1.
No, I knew that would sit down. It would not be a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight.
All right, staff reports.
Nothing to report this evening.
All right, public comments. I have one. Mr. Moyer.
Yes, sir. Dr. Jim Moyer, Arden Park, City of Ocoee. I'm very proud to be the current chair of the Human Relations Diversity Board. We now have we present monthly special observations to the mayor and the commission and to the public. And for this month, first of all, thank you very much, Mayor and Commission, for Black History Month. And we hope everyone in the community will help celebrate Black History Month. Also this month is President's Day. And as you're aware, that President George Washington, President Abraham Lincoln. Also, happy Valentine's Day to everyone, February 14th. Then in a few days on February 10th is Lunar New Year. Some people call it Chinese New Year. So we just wanted to wish everyone in the community that celebrates Lunar New Year, as well as Valentine's Day, President's Day, and Black History Month, to have a great month, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. All right. Consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner
First,
and seconded by Commissioner Kennedy. Any more comments? Let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Oh, man, we just move right along here. We jumped up over to item 7. Item 7 is HRDB 2024 initiative presented by HRDB board member Kelly Beck. You got 10 minutes.
I'll take them. Don't start that tongue yet. All right.
right, good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Kelly Beck. I'm a member of the HRDB board. So we have two big initiatives that the HRDB has been working on for the past couple months through our January and February meetings. One of the objectives of the HRDB is educating the community on DE&I topics to help promote those objectives that have been lined out. I'm just naturally loud. Y'all didn't even need the microphone. So one of the ways that we have done that is to design a year-long learning campaign. We've partnered with Orange County Library System to take advantage of the free access to LinkedIn Learning that is provided to anyone with a library card. And so what we've come up with is a learning campaign called Diversity Drives Ocoee, a community journey to diversity, equity, inclusion. And what we're proposing in your in your packet, there is a PDF that is not loading. Let me try re-downloading this. I'm not sure why none of the text wants to display. That's interesting.
It is in their packet.
It is in their packet though? Okay, thank you. So in your packets, there is a document that outlines a social media and city website post each month, including text, imagery, and a specially selected LinkedIn course that supports learning specifically related to the various heritage months throughout the year. So, for example, launching with an explanation of what Diversity Drives Ocoee is, and then moving through an initial launch of the foundations of diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging. For February, in honor of Black History Month, we're proposing the course Driving Change and Anti-Racism. Women's History Month, Fighting Gender Bias in the Workplace. And so our goal for this is, since this is a resource that's available free to anyone with a library card, they would be able to go in, access this course, and improve their knowledge of DE&I and diversity in the community. There's no cost to the city on this. We would need their support through updating the website and posting to the Facebook group each month or to the city's Facebook page. So there's no cost to absorb, and the technical support is being provided by Orange County Library System as well as the access to the course. So Orange County Library has directed us to their ticketing system, their help desk phone number, and their FAQ site for anybody that may have issues accessing the courses. So I'll pause there for any questions that you may have around this, and then our ask is that the city would approve us to be able to do this initially weekly to get us caught up for what we proposed for January and February, but then long-term monthly posting on DE&I learning.
Anybody have any questions?
I'm just a little confused.
Okay.
Okay, so let's, okay, they'll go into the library each month.
They don't have to go to the library at all. So LinkedIn Learning is a online training company. LinkedIn, the professional social media site, purchased a company called lynda.com years ago, and they have built out their learning branch, which is professional trainings. The Orange County Library System provides access to this. So they have a partnership with LinkedIn Learning, a contract. So anybody with a library card can access LinkedIn's full library of courses for free.
Are these done?
Yeah, please.
Let's play the resident here, okay?
Yep.
And I did look at your flyer and what you submitted here, but they can go in, they access, who wrote the material?
So the material is written, it varies. So the LinkedIn library is approximately 10,000 courses in total. So depending on the course, it is going to be industry leaders, thought leaders, that LinkedIn is actually owned by Microsoft. So it's going to be leaders within that topic or subject area that were then contracted by LinkedIn to develop the course materials.
So they're actually providing you with the course material. They're providing this.
So LinkedIn as a company
Yeah.
went and said, we want to develop a course on driving change and anti-racism. This person is a known authority in that space and would invite them in to make a proposal for what the course content would be. Their library of content reviewers I've worked with LinkedIn about 6 years in various professional capacities, would then review the proposal and then work with them to actually produce the courses. So visuals, content, etc. So these courses are completely web-based. They can be taken at any time. If somebody joins or moves to Ocoee in June and went through the Facebook page or website and found the course then, they can always go back and click it. Everything is one-click access, so as soon as you click the link, you just need to put in your library card and PIN number for your library card, and it'll take you right into the course. And you can take it from your phone, from your laptop, wherever you want, any time of day.
So they can go back even in March and go back to the first.
Yep.
one.
And start from scratch. If they dive in midway and they're like, well, I'm actually really enjoying this, I want to go back to the previous months, we're not bound to a meeting time or a specific recording. It's all on demand. Of course, happy to answer questions.
Anybody else?
Well, I know I've been working with the HRDB board, and I think it's a great idea because, number one, it promotes traffic through the library system. It enhances individual learning, which of course enhances educational learning in the school system. The more children read, the smarter they become. And also, too, it helps them learn together. Even though you're learning individually, you're learning the same thing at the same time. And it helps build a more diverse and unified Ocoee. Because all we need is understanding. Once you understand that the person beside you, whether they're from Thailand and you're from Alabama, you're the same person. And this will help that. So I'm all for it. I think it's a great idea. It's a first step. Every document is a living document. We'll learn and move forward. But I think it's a great step, and I commend the board for taking this first leap of faith into some uncharted waters. But hey, if you're going to walk on the water, you got to get out the boat. So I say let's get out the boat and take a walk.
Anybody else? All right, nobody else? You got anything else?
I'm impressed.
Well, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
Motion made by Commissioner Hart, we approve this issue. Second by Commissioner King. Any more discussion? All right, let's vote. I guess Melanie, you will handle that through the whatever.
Correct. So Doug Gaines and I will work with Kelly to make sure that we get everything either on the website or out on Facebook.
All right, okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the second part of it, because I was told I had to have separate votes for each piece, so my apologies, I'm going to take my last 2 minutes, is a brochure. So at the very first HRDB meeting I attended, one of the questions was putting out a brochure to help the community understand what the Human Relations Diversity Board is. There's a lot of people, myself included, as somebody who has only been in Ocoee a couple years, that was not aware of the HRDB and its activities. Other boards within the city do have brochures as well. So what we undertook was we wanted to, if we were going to do a brochure, do so with meaning and intent. And it's not just about promoting ourselves, but also getting interaction with the community. And so what you have in your packet is, it says HRDB brochure 2. There's a piece of it that explains what is the Human Relations Diversity Board. If you go to the middle, there is a list of the members. We've also designed an infographic using the 2020 census and the projection data off of it, explaining the many aspects of diversity, that it's not just race and ethnicity, but is also economic factors, gender, generations, all of that factors into the diverse picture of Ocoee. And then back on the first page, there's also a survey link. I put it in there as a QR code, but in your packet, it is a survey questions. And so part of what we need to understand as the HRDB continues its work is, what does the city want? You know, we made a lot of assumptions based off of our objectives in doing our training plan for the year because we knew this aligned with our objectives. But we want to be able to ask the people of Ocoee, what is most important to them? Do we need to be focusing on fostering relationships, implementing initiatives, providing resources, doing more things like training or special guest speakers? Where do they want us to spend our time in line with the objectives of the HRDB as outlined in the city charter? So this survey would be on the brochure as a QR code, so anybody can hit it with their phone and it would go out. So what we're asking in this specific piece is first to publish the brochure. Doug Gaines was able to look at the estimated cost of this. It would be, from previous ones, it was around $1,425. and to have this printed, published, folded up, and sent out in the water bills, so it gets in front of all of the residents of Ocoee and they learn about the HRDB. And then also to host the survey on the city's site. So right now, just for mock-up purposes, the survey is just on a Google form, but we need to, as part of Sunshine Law, move that to a city-maintained resource. So again, the only cost there would be the cost of printing and distributing the brochure.
All right. Everybody,
Does that need to come out of, do they have a budget for that, or does that come out, is that?
they have a budget, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Sending it out in the water bill.
Yeah, because the budget's only 2,000, so that would eat up
Yeah.
pretty much all
I
of it.
think we, the city could take, see if Rob take it out of the general, if nothing else, we can take it out of the contingency fund.
Do we have any money left in the contingency?
55,000.
We have 55,000?
There's 55,000 in the contingency. If you're going to send it with the water bill, though, there's, it's not a big add-on for postage. It's just coordinating ahead of time, and it's, if you wanted to go ahead and authorize maybe $2,500 from contingency, just to make sure there's enough funds in there for printing and getting it in with the water bill and those additional costs.
Well,
That
Rob,
would probably
is there a
take
better way to do it besides the water bill? That's just one idea we had. That's the best way? Okay.
But not get it to every house it's supposed to
Yeah.
go to.
Okay. Just wanted to double check.
Then they put it in the lottery, and there's people.
We need a motion on that or consensus? Take it out.
I mean, all of Rose Hill. does
I'll
that-
make the motion that we approve the survey as just stated, and the city pick up the tab for the printing of the surveys.
And mailing.
And mailing. Thank you. Thank you.
Motion made by Commissioner Hart for printing and mailing. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Kennedy. Any more comments?
Just to clarify, Mayor, for that extra necessity to come out of the contingency fund, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And we also have, sorry, let me get my, I'm loud too. We have to get, there's folks that are the other zip codes that don't have water, like Orange County. We have a fair
We should have a
percentage.
list of those people, I
The
hope.
folks that don't get, is that gonna be enough funding for postage when you have to consider, I have, like, in my situation, it's Rose Hill, I'm assuming we have, I don't know if anyone in Gotha, if we really have any people in Gotha, but we have.
So we could also
There.
post the survey, if we want to add that on, we could post it to the City of Ocoee's website and Facebook the same way we're doing with the training piece. So that might help mitigate some of those people that aren't getting the city water bills.
Okay, that's, just, again,
We'll figure it
we'll
out.
figure, we just wonder if 2,500 is enough for that, if we end up having to do it, additional people, it's enough?
And the other clarification I want to make, I'd said like 2,500, and I think Commissioner Hart had said the
2,000.
money needed to. So I don't know if you're going to put a limit on this, or you want us to use our best judgment as far as transferring the money from contingency.
Does, I'm sorry, does Weston Bay have a water bill?
It's from the county.
We have records.
Yeah, so they're getting a bill from the county.
Yeah, see, that's what,
So how are we gonna include them? They're the largest neighborhood.
well, that's what I've got Rose Hill,
I
you've
think
got
that's
Weston Bay.
the point, yeah.
I would
If-
be,
if-
You have them all.
We have to have records of everybody that lives in the city on those
Yeah.
addresses.
oh, sure we do.
So we.
But I'm just asking with that,
We'll work it out.
Yeah.
we want to
Okay.
work,
You'll
please
work it
work
out.
I
out the
still got
money,
a
yeah.
motion on the floor, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. So that leaves the money into the,
Right.
in the fund for the diversity board, that we don't take that money out.
Right.
So we cover it on this. All right.
This
let's
is
vote.
above and beyond
Yeah.
the 2,000.
Motion carries unanimously.
Good job.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
very
Appreciate your
much.
time.
Thank you. All right. Comments from commissioners. Commissioner Kennedy.
I have just two requests for agenda items at the next meeting, possibly. The first one, since we got a new city attorney, we haven't spent any time, we've been busy. I'd like to look at recommendations for rules and procedures and discussion of what other cities have, what he's observed that we may not have, that we should adopt. So I'd like to have a discussion and possible rules and procedures for the commission.
So what cities you want? 'Cause A lot of those cities are going to be up there, like Orlando.
I would leave that to the discretion of the recommendation of the city attorney based on the cities he
Yeah,
works with.
I would say that of all the cities we represent, and there are 6 or 7 of them, this is the only city commission that I'm aware of that does not have operating rules and procedures. So it would be a good protection for everyone here to have something. And I'll have something for you all to review at the next meeting. You could vet and criticize, and there's no pride of authorship here.
Right, okay.
Okay. And then the
Now, the consensus to do that, or you want to vote on it?
A consensus is fine.
consensus to
Yeah.
put it on the agenda.
Consensus.
That's good.
Yeah.
We didn't want to go ahead and put that on the agenda and no one have any idea where it came from, because
Right.
there's been discussion of this before amongst some individuals. Yeah.
Oh, you-
And the second one, similar lines, city attorneys had some legal matters, and I'd like to have an agenda item to discuss his observations and if any possible ordinances or charter amendments arising from issues with that are necessary, and his recommendations for that as well.
Actually, there are some recommendations that I would make, and we can present them at the next meeting.
So can we have that item on the agenda as well?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Melanie, will you make that, will we put it on the agenda for?
Yes, I'll work with the attorney so that we can have a staff
Yeah.
report.
Okay,
And that's it. Thank you.
all right. Commissioner Wilson,
Yes, on
don't
March,
forget to read your notes, too.
read my note.
Thing you had underneath there.
Oh, I've got some, yeah,
Oh,
I got 2 things to talk, thank you, I'm looking for that. As I was scrambling for my papers. March the 9th is going to be Spring into Conservation, which will be held at the Unity Park right here off of Franklin. And what we are going to need is a road closure. So I'm asking for the consensus that we can close the road. There are no residents between the railroad tracks and Blueford, but we'd like to be able to close that road for this event. So, Mayor, if we can ask for, is that a
Yeah.
consensus work for that, for closing that road?
Everybody okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
actually it does, Commissioner, and we actually looked at that one provision of the charter as staff a couple of weeks ago, and in our latest interpretation, we think we probably won't be coming to you with these as much as in the past. It sounds like we only need them when there's going to be some type of shutdown of a vast number of streets and something greater than just some type of neighborhood celebration or something like that. So when we actually looked at it and determined that we don't always have to bring something like that forward, but it better safe than sorry, though.
Well, we want to just make sure the road, thank you.
Thank you.
Just for the plug, is that Saturday, March 9th, there'll be Spring into Conservation. This is kind of our retooled spring fling. It's being held by the utility department. There's going to be such things as face painting, raffle prizes, sidewalk art, storytelling. And if you are a city resident, you can either get 2 plants or 1 tree. You just need to bring proof that you are a city resident. So if you do not have an Ocoee address, but you are a city resident, just bring something that shows that. I've been asked that question. There's going to be rain barrels that will be available. You need to sign up for that in advance. If you don't have a rain barrel, I have a couple of them. They're great. I quite like those. So again, mark your calendar for March the 9th. Did you want to do that one?
You can do it.
Okay, this Friday, February 9th, there'll be a walk lineup, which will begin at 5:45. This is the Mardi Gras and line walk. And I gather the line walk will start at Unity Park. And again, street activities, we all like the street fairs that we kind of have down here. So please, if you can come attend that, always fun. Is there anything I'm missing on that
I'm
one?
just looking.
Okay. There's one thing I wanted to ask the commission. Last meeting, I just want to clarify something, that we asked the city manager to draft a contract for our approval, but I don't think we really said, if anyone mentioned what the contract was for, and I'm going to go ahead and ask. Personally, I would like us to appoint Craig Chadwick as our city manager when Rob retires. And I don't know the procedure on that, how that,
Yep.
but that's the contract I'm thinking of, and I don't know how clear it was, because I was reading the minutes, and I don't think it was. But I personally want to see us, that's my appoint Craig as our next city manager when Rob retires. Hate talking about your
That's
retirement,
what
Rob,
we
in front of you.
That's what we were talking about.
I know, but I wasn't.
Proudly retiring.
We gotta get.
I didn't feel it was
contract.
clear.
Yeah, no.
When I was reading the minutes, I didn't feel as though it was clear, so I'm asking the commission. I don't know what your views are on this, but that's my view.
One point to go with that is Craig has to be in on that. It's Craig's contract, so Craig needs to be involved.
But are we all in agreement that we want, I guess I
Yeah,
want to ask that.
yeah. Everybody
Craig,
have.
okay, I wasn't clear on that, so I wanted to make
Yes.
sure that
Yeah.
If
we're all on
we-
the same page.
There is it's not illegal to go ahead and name him as the succeeding person before that date. I mean,
Can we do that?
Yeah.
I'm
that's
asking, well, I'm
You
sorry.
you can
what-
designate
Yeah,
him
yeah,
as the
a-
successor
one
to
that follows
Mr. Frank.
Rob. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But that's why I'm saying, he needs to be involved in that contract. It's his contract, so.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
Mayor,
we didn't
what
say his name.
what we
That's
would
why
do
I-
is,
Yeah.
when we present it to you, we feel we're presenting something that has already received his tacit
right.
approval. We're not going to,
I just wondered.
we're not going to let him see it the
Yeah.
first time when it makes the agenda.
All right. That it?
That's it, great. Hope to see everyone on
Get your
February.
answer?
Yes, that's what, as
So
I
we
s-
could, yeah.
that was my note here. I was
Okay, I'll
scrambling
bring
from
it, I'll
these
say it
notes.
in a minute. Commissioner Ferguson.
The community market is now open. It's on every first Thursday from 5 until 9 at the Lake Shore Center. First one looked pretty successful, so come on out and see what wares you can find there. And let's see, Healthy West Orange is having a party on February 17th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Wellness Park. There'll be food trucks and different activities and all that. Please come out and join the fun. That's all.
Mr. Hart.
Okay, I want to give a big thanks to the Jazz Festival participants. We're very proud, very, very proud of the Ocoee High School Jazz Band. I mean, I'm just blown away by the talent and the commitment of the director to making excellent citizens. I didn't say musicians, I said citizens, because the most important thing, we're building citizens. And on that line, I couldn't be prouder of the graduation. Ocoee High School had the highest graduation rate in this region. And that's not just a celebration of the high school, that starts at pre-K. That starts with parents raising good children, teaching them the value of an education. So it proves that not only Ocoee is an excellent place to live, it's an excellent place to get an education. So once again, we're moving from the city of good living, I'm proud to say it, to the center of great living. So let's keep moving in that same direction. As once again, I was very proud as we're going up to the HRD meeting the other day to see the market opening. I know Jason and I, we've been saying for years, we want to see more downtown, we want to see more town. Guess what? We got more downtown. So this is great. And once again, it's showing the diversity and the richness of the city of Ocoee. And I was meeting a gentleman, a resident who wants to be on one of our boards. We had lunch in Winter Garden, and I like Winter Garden, but I love Ocoee. I love who we are, where we're at, and where we're going to be. So I'm very proud to sit in this seat and to represent the citizens of Ocoee. And I cannot emphasize enough, people died so you can vote. Please vote. Please. If you don't want to go down there, just pick up a ballot. The people that sit in these seats affect your daily life more than the people that sit in Washington. They do. So you need to make sure you pick a qualified candidate. And I don't know if I can say this, but I'm going to say it. This position needs to stay part-time. It does not need to be a full-time job. Because when it's a full-time job, people start worrying more about their profession, their mortgages versus city service. This is service to me, and I think based on where we are, based on the last 10 months, my experience sitting here, these people here have much more experience than me, but based on my experience, it needs to stay part-time. And forgive me if I'm out of line, but I believe in speaking my mind when I think it'll help somebody. So please vote. Look forward to seeing you on the ballot. Vote for a candidate you believe in. I say once again, it's been an honor here to serve, and I look forward to more. Next commission meeting, I'm going to give my thoughts on Black History Month. So proud of our acting chief, who stepped up in our HRB meeting and gave his expression on Black History Month. And Black History Month is not about black people. It's about American people. It's about the great diversity, this great melting pot that we call America, the greatest country that's ever been, and the rest of the world wants to be like us. God bless you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Commissioner. Everybody reads everything off before I get to it, so. Yeah, you covered everything. Well, once again, HAPCO, that was great. I know Joseph did a great job, the commissioner from Oakland, that's his That's his deal. It turned out great, but I think he said he was gonna do some different things maybe next year and change things around a little bit. But that's a great avenue for kids at the school to take music, and it's really great for the kids to come see what other kids can do with that process, which is, it's great. It was a wonderful night. I want to see if the city can post the concrete where the concrete issues on the streets we're going to do on our TV, and also the paving. I'd like to post it where that way they don't have to call all of us every day trying to find out where it's at.
Yeah, we can post it. They'll still
Yeah.
call you, though.
Post both concrete and the paving. You mean we're not full-time? Well, hey, listen, part-time's what it is, and we all know that. We knew that. I knew 37 years ago when I ran the first time, I knew what it was, and it's been fine. I think the main thing is finding people that want to run for office that has nothing but what they want to do for the city of Ocoee and what they can do, help with the city of Ocoee and what we're doing. And I think we've done that so far in the years past with what we do. So I think that's a big part of it, is having the right people that run for office, not for the money, not for that stuff, but it's just for what you can do to help this city get to be a great place. It is a great place. And I think it's amazing to hear some of the people. I hear a lot of, I really don't hear the bad things. I hear bad things about other stuff, but it's the bad thing, nothing about the city. The people I talked to, I was sitting beside a lady at the gym riding a bicycle, and all she could do was tell good raves about the city. She lives on the south side of town. All she could talk about was how great it was and how she loved living in the city of Ocoee. So that's the kind of stuff you want to hear, and that comes from our staff, our employees, and our managers, and the commissioners. And I really appreciate everything that everybody puts their time and effort into it. Please come Friday night to the Mardi Gras and the March the 9th for the what is that? Spring into Conservation. What kind of trees?
They're ordering them, I don't know
Oh, okay.
just yet, but.
I have a tree that must be 25 feet tall now, that I got was 3 foot tall. What's that thing called? It's that one with the blooms, different.
Tababua.
Tababua. There you go. Beautiful tree.
Tababuya?
Tababua.
I don't say that.
So, yeah, once again, I want to thank everybody. Appreciate it. I'll see you Friday night at the Mardi Gras. Have a good evening.